America, if a man wants a job, especially right now, he can find one. It may not be the job or the career that they are desirous of, but if you want to work, there are help wanted signs all over the place, and yet we see still people standing on street corners with their hands out and with cardboard signs held up. Don't have a job, need some help. How are we to respond to all of that? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 5, the final day of Torah portion Ray A, meaning to see. Before we get started, Shabbat Shalom to all of you. May your gatherings with family, friends, and congregations, even if you're meeting by yourself with the King, may it be pleasant, may it be joyful, filled with shalom. May you find great insight to His Word. May you be encouraged and uplifted, and may you be able to edify and encourage someone else. Now, let's get to the text. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, Devarim, chapter number 15. And it says that Yah is going to give to us a good place to be. He says in verse 6, "For Yahweh your Elohim shall bless you as He has promised you, and you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. And you shall rule over many nations, but they do not rule over you." Then the very next verse, verse 7, "When there is a poor man with you, one of your brothers, within any of your gates in the land, which Yahweh your Elohim has given you, you do not harden your heart, nor shut your hand from your poor brother, for you shall certainly open your hand to him, and certainly lend him enough for his need, whatever he needs." Contradiction of thought here. God has taken Israel into a land that He has promised to be a place flowing with milk and honey. He has promised them supernatural increase, especially in the 6th year of every 7th year cycle. He has promised them an abundance of houses and cities and crops that were already planted. He said that there would be fruit trees, olive trees, and vineyards just waiting for their rightful heirs to come and begin to reap from them. Yah says that the land is to be apportioned out to families, to clans, to various tribes in such a way that everybody's going to have a place to work. The Levites are going to have a place to sow crops outside the city of the Levites, the cities of refuge. The various landowners are designed to be able to support themselves and a larger group with the sustenance of the land. Yah says, "I will give to you the rain in its season, sun in its abundance. The land will yield its fruit to you." It's a great place to live. It seems like a great system has already been set up, and prosperity has already been promised. How then does it seem to say that in the middle of all of that, that there is, number one, there's going to be a poor man among you. Then it says one of your brothers, someone that you would know, someone that you would see falling into a place of need. Then it says within any of your gates. The gate in a city is a place of jurisprudence, a place of where legal transactions take place. It very well could be that a man has run into legal troubles and he has had to sell off portions of his land against the time that is left until the Jubilee when it can be reclaimed. And then the legal troubles continue. Maybe the man has not been wise in the way that he's planted his fields. Maybe he has bad seed that he has sown. It could be that he has more land than he can take care of by himself. He lacks enough children or servants to be able to come and help him to reap his crops. There's a variety of reasons why one can be set up for a means of failure or an inability to fully function in what Yah has given to us. Hello. Can I make this point? Learn to function in the things that the Father has already given to you. Learn to understand the fullness and variety of means by which you can increase with what you already have. Sometimes our gifts, our qualifications, our abilities have more than one application. Just a thought. It may apply. But oftentimes we're asking Father for more, and more opportunity, more money, more ability, more jobs, etc. And God is saying you haven't fully taken advantage of, you haven't fully milked, for lack of a better expression, that which I've already entrusted to you. Look at it again. Ask God to show you a different angle. So we find then that there are those that are nevertheless going to be poor among us. This is a promise. How is it and why is it that this would take place? Well, the rabbinical adage on this and thought, and I happen to like it a lot, is that Yah is more concerned about your response, my response to those that are poor, than the one who is poor themselves. That the purpose of the poor among us is to grant you and I the opportunity to enact kingdom principles and rescue, deliverance, help, investment in someone. Sometimes people just need us to invest in them. A little help will go a long way. I'm not talking about just a blatant handout. The word does say that if a man doesn't want to work, neither should he eat. There are those indeed that are unable to work. They have some means of limited ability. And for them, there should be charity, there should be giving, there should be love and respect. But we all also understand that there are those that are panhandling out on a corner somewhere that they have the ability to hold down a regular job. It's not as lucrative. One has to be very prayerful and discerning. Sometimes our compassion strings are not always activated with truth. And Yah will show us when to lend a hand and when to not. But when there are those that are genuinely in need among us, then we give. And we give without determining how you're going to give back, because the Father will take care of that. Let me just throw this in. When there is a windfall, when you experience some unexpected windfall of increase, whether it's money or produce or opportunity or however it manifests, the first question should be, Father, is this for me or am I to pass this on? Am I just the vehicle and the means by which it gets from point A to B and C and D? Or are you entrusting me with this to invest in what you've given me to do? How is this increase to be used? Consider the case of Eliyahu the prophet, Elijah. He was sent, of all people, in a time of famine. He was sent not to a woman of Israel, a widow, but to a Sidonian widow, one that would not have been a follower of Yeshua or Yahweh at the time. And he was sent to her. He shows up and has the audacity when she says, I'm going to take what provision I have left of meal and oil and make our last 2 biscuits, one for me and one for my son. I'm going to eat it and die in a time of famine. And he says, make me one first. Yah sent the prophet to this woman, not so much that the woman would care for the prophet, but the prophet would provide an opportunity for the woman to obey and hear the word of Yah and do as she was told, so that she and her son would be taken care of. You never know that what you are entrusted with, that you pass along, that you give, that you sow, that you show for someone else, is actually for your future provision. Shabbat Shalom. We'll see you again next week.